Quick little update on the Monte Carlo. Doing a little bit of rewiring the audio. My equalizer, my double din right there, EQ right here, AC controls, electric tape, good friends. Um, I got the aftermarket alarm right here, Clifford Matrix 12.5X, and I rewired this a couple years ago because when I bought the vehicle, this was in here also with another alarm, also with a low jack system, and plus the factory alarm. And that kind of burned out the BCM. I had to get that replaced. Up here is the module. I'm letting it dry right now. I had some glue put on there. This is the factory module for your factory alarm. It's the key fob. It's been beat up, been knocked down. They sell these on eBay, just the outer shell and the button, so I can order this. It's about $6 to $8, and it'll be looking like new again. Anyways, back to the story. This is the module right here, sitting on the dash. As you can see, I got the whole dash apart. And this little piece right here is the module. It's drying in the sun because, as you can see, it's been broken, been beat up and damaged. The problem with this is, you can see it's warped. And I had a good amount of glue on here, Gorilla Glue, from maybe 2 years ago when I first took this out. You can see it got a good amount of glue. The sun beats up on this little plastic box, and this is the end result. Let me see if it's probably dried a little bit now, so I can take it out and show you guys as much. Oh, actually, no, it ain't. It just fell apart in my hand. Okay, this is the module right here. This module plugs into this little blue tab right here, and that sits on top of the dash. And then you have another bezel on top of the dash that covers it. And that part right there is exposed to a good amount of sunlight. And because of that, this is the end result. You can see where I've glued this before with super glue or Gorilla Glue, and it's damaged. So I'm doing a little bit of repairing. I don't know how much this costs brand new from the factory. I would just need the case because the key fob works fine. And this is the module for the key fob. So this works fine. It's just the outer shell is damaged and broken, and it just fell apart in my hand. I'm gonna have to find me some hot glue. I got a hot glue gun, so I might have to use that to put this back together to get it to go again. Between the heat, you can see the sun beat up on it so bad that it's warped. It's not even a flat surface, it's warped and it's bent up, beat up. And I've glued it a few times already, and now I'm getting ready to glue it again. Between the sun beating up on this and turning it brittle, and me beating up on it with the base, that's the end result. But this is the module. If you guys ever looking for your module for your security system, your factory system, if you lost your key fob, I think this also gives signals out to a tire pressure monitor and all type of other stuff on certain Chevys. Don't quote me on that, but it's been said that these modules, they transmit certain information throughout the vehicle besides just the unlock, lock, trunk, and panic button. It does other things also, but mine's is fine. It works fine. It's just the enclosure that is in is damaged. This is a top cover right here for it. Give you guys a better understanding what this would do, but this be flat and this would sit in it like this. It sits in it like this, and then it will sit in the box cover like that. And then I would plug it in. I plug this piece right here will go into this blue connector right here. So I'll give you guys an understanding of it. Also, I'm doing some rewiring. This is my the pass lock system, and you guys probably see this little blue tab. Y'all trying to figure out what's this. I did some research on this, and basically this runs on ohms. So this yellow cord right here is power, and then this one right here is ground, and this is the resistant right here. This little orange piece right here, this is the resistance that gets measured inside the ignition cylinder and sent to the computer, and then it lets me start the car. But I have this extra wire right here, and it runs to the back of this, and you can see it through here in this little hole. And you can see this little wire right here. I'll put my finger on it. You see this? You see this right here? I'm holding on it right now. This wire, you see how it's tied down to the aluminum frame. I sanded it down, and I have it tied. I had an issue with security light coming on, and this solved my issue. Basically, I took this wire, which I already know is ground. I knew that the wire was ground already. This wire right here, I already knew it was ground. And so I took this wire and I ran it. You see this black right here? I ran an extra wire from there to the actual a solid conductive, ground on the vehicle, and that's end result was in here. And also I have ground in here, and I have this extra ground wire right here that comes out to here. I'm using it right now on my voltmeter, but this wire right here goes to the back of my radio on this screw right here. This little screw right here, you can see it's loosened. When I have the radio mounted in here, this is the extra ground that I have for the radio. Also, my equalizer has its own ground, and so does my Stinger voltmeter. It also has its own ground. They also have their own separate power sources. I have 15 amp for the radio. I have 10 amp for the EQ, and the Stinger meter, it runs off the back battery. So this red wire is power, the blue is remote, the black is ground. Blue is right here. I have this on a relay to turn on with the radio and the equalizer. So my radio, my equalizer, and my Stinger voltmeter, they're all three of these are on one relay, a 30 amp relay, which is right here. And on this relay, I have it ran to the accessory. So whenever I turn the key in accessory mode or run position, it sends power to the relay. The relay then turns on. It turns on my EQ. It turns on my equalizer. It turns on my radio. And it turns on my voltmeter. And then I have a blue wire back here. This right here, and this right here turns on the amp. It's a little bit thicker than all the other wires, as you can see. This wire right here runs to the back where it turns on all three of my amps. And this wire runs off the radio. So this runs off the radio. This is the amp wire, turn on, it runs off the radio. And then I have wire that runs off this right here, this 30 amp fuse, 30 amp relay. That turns on the radio, it turns on the equalizer, and it turns on the Stinger voltmeter. So that's about it. Taking everything apart, redoing everything, putting new wire in. Is what I use right here. It's flexible, but it's heavy duty. So this is what I use to rewire most of my equipment. And this is the harness for the radio, and this is also another relay right here. This is for the video bypass. I'm going to take this apart and relook at it, make sure everything is good, and I'm going to put it back together again. But this is to bypass the e-brake, so I can watch videos while the car is in motion. So that's what this one is for, this relay right here. And that's about it. All my power wires are fused, or they will be fused. No power wire is left unfused. That goes for the equalizer, that goes for the voltmeter, Even the voltmeter right here, it has a fuse that's in the back. There's a short, like I think it's 5-inch of fuse, and then the rest of the power wire that comes back up to here. So even this little guy right here has a little fuse. So everything that gets power needs to have fuse. Just something like this, just to keep things safe. Don't want anything burning up. That's about it. Just a little quick update on Monte Carlo, doing a little bit of electrical work, getting things done. Trying to be safe, get things done, get it done right. And that's it.